Spider-Man 2, it's... I wanted to say that's 12 months after it came out on PS5. It's come out on PC.
Just less.
Just less, maybe?
It was less, because I think that was the big hoo-ha online was,
Yeah.
this is under a year.
Yeah.
Whereas before, you're looking at
It was long
ages.
Yeah, big gaps,
big gaps, yeah.
Rebirth was the 28th of February 24
Yeah.
that it came out on PlayStation as an exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
And that obviously has been out now for 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
So that was like 10 and a half months.
Yeah, exactly.
That
So
window is
getting
like...
shorter, yeah.
And I think... Well, Square obviously saw it with how
Mhm.
affected the sales were of Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
Poor sales figures. I think Spider-Man 2 probably did very well on the PlayStation.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah, that's like one of the reasons you buy a PlayStation.
Yeah, and it did look very good, especially
Yeah.
on the Pro. It looked
Yes.
very good.
Yeah, yeah. Spider-Man games do tend to be very
Just
good.
wait until you see it on PC, though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be insane.
It's going to be insane, especially the ray tracing stuff. It's going to
Yeah.
be ridiculous.
Well, we've talked at length before. I think we did a whole podcast about PlayStation PC's biggest strength being...
Yes.
I've just forgotten the name. Who's the people that do all the ports?
Oh, Nix's.
Nixies.
Yeah, definitely their biggest.
Like,
yeah.
so they do magical work.
They
Like,
there was a big, I haven't watched it. There was a video they did on all the enhancements they've done to
of
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2, yeah. I'm not watching it because I'm playing Final Fantasy.
Yeah, because it'll make you want to buy
I
it.
want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
buy it, and
But
I'm not.
that in
Yeah.
itself should be an alarm bell to PlayStation owners.
Mm,
If you care to have the very best experience,
yeah.
I would argue probably the majority don't worry.
No.
But there's going to be a lot of you that were like me that are console diehards that are now getting super frustrated at the kind of watered down experience I'm getting
Mm.
for a more expensive version of the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, well,
yeah. Paying more for less.
yeah.
That sounds good.
Oh, but your PC will be more expensive than your PlayStation. Here's the other part that you're not adding into this equation.
Yeah.
The price difference of the games you buy in the lifetime of that console,
Mm.
let's say it's an average of £30 a game difference.
Yeah.
How many games do you buy in a generation?
Yeah.
I don't know, 20?
Yeah.
7 years? 20? That doesn't sound that many.
No.
You add them all up, that price difference part, and add it into the cost of your console,
Mm.
it's way more expensive.
Yeah. And the PC is a PC, so you can do literally anything
Oh, you want to
ever
use it for
want.
work? You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also an Xbox,
It's also an Xbox.
and it's also a PC gaming hub for all the other cheap games.
Yes, and that was going to be my final point because Dino Crisis,
Yes.
the other thing that happened this week, which is for those of you that slept under a rock or are less than 30 years old, came out. Dino Crisis 1 was 2002, 3, something like that.
Dino Crisis 1 was PS1.
Oh, Dino Crisis 2 was 2002, 3 because that was the bridge between PS1 and PS2.
Mm.
So it came out on both, didn't it? But yeah,
Yeah.
it was late 90s.
Yeah.
Or early, or maybe 2000. Anyway, it was that era. They're like 20
Yeah, I
years
think
old.
it was
these games.
90s.
Survival horror,
Yeah.
unreal experiences, awesome games,
Mm-hmm.
but obviously they're kind of lost to the sands of time.
Yeah, never been remade or
No.
anything like that.
GOG have come out with, well, we'll just port them to PC.
Yeah.
And there you have it, Dino Crisis 1 and 2, or a bundle of them both.
Yeah.
And that was another kind of alarm bell that went off in my head. It's like PlayStation refused to do backwards compatibility.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They could have done.
Mm.
The PS5 Pro could have been the definitive PlayStation. Could have had backwards compatibility, and you sell it for £1,000.
Mm-hmm.
But oh yeah, it's really hard to do PS3 games on it. I know, yeah,
Yeah.
but do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Emulate them. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, yeah.
Do it. I've got a lot, and I can't be alone of a lot of old
Yeah.
games that I want to play. and
Big
I can't.
collection of physical
Yeah.
titles, yeah.
So this backwards compatibility thing, especially with PlayStation games, is lost to time. But there's loads of games that aren't. You go to the PC world.
Mm.
You want to play Half-Life?
Mm.
You can.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, what do you mean you can? You just
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, you
Just
just
there.
can.
Oh, how much is it? Oh, it's like £3.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, just can. Yeah.
yeah.
You want to play Dino Crisis? We've just done it, and it's actually slightly remastered as well. It looks quite good.
Yeah, yeah.
How much is it? Oh, it's £8.
Yeah, brand new release.
What?
Yeah.
£8? Oh, buy
£8.
both. 15.
Yeah, yeah. And with GOG, for everyone that goes, oh, but it's all digital, you'll lose your license, blah, blah, blah. GOG, right, they're called, it's good old games.
Yeah. What's their tagline? It's about persevering games, isn't
Yeah.
it? Preserving them.
And with GOG, they are DRM free or whatever.
Yes,
So
yeah.
it means once you've got that copy, They can't take it away from you.
Yeah.
If you download it and store a backup somewhere, doesn't matter if they unlink it from your account, you've got that game.
Yeah.
You can launch it without a login or anything, right? Like that's it. It's yours.
And that's the thing with PC gaming in general, because digital only has been the only way for 15 years.
It's been a long time now.
Maybe
yeah.
coming on to 20 years, maybe.
Yeah, it's coming up to 15, I would say.
Yeah.
Oh, no, probably long. Oh, Christ, yeah.
I would say it was like 2005.
Yeah,
we stopped seeing big,
I
big
think you're right.
cases.
I think the last time I bought a physical disc for PC probably was 2000. When was the Prince of Persia game? 2008. The cel-shaded Prince of Persia, the last Prince of Persia game that was made. Yeah, it was 2008.
There you go. Yeah, so coming up to 20 years.
Yeah.
So anyway, because that's been the case for so long, things like the preservation of your version of that game has been a central focus for gamers and the platforms for all of that time. Because obviously it was an alarm bell at first. Well, what happens if I don't have my disc in that giant box they used to come in?
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Well, we'll find a ways of sorting that out. And anyone who's got any kind of games in their Steam library will tell you that, that games from 20 years ago are still there.
Yeah, and is the benefit of it being digital is they get updated.
Yes.
So when you download it,
Yeah.
you're not getting a dusty old disc that's out of date that won't run on your
Skipping
system.
and stuff.
Like, it won't even run because it'll be like Windows 95 or whatever,
Yeah.
you know. Now, when you download it, it's the most up-to-date. And sometimes developers just randomly update a game from like 20 years ago just to make sure it's compatible or whatever. So they just work.
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird. And if it doesn't work, you just go on to Reddit and you'll find a workaround.
Yeah.
You know, like it takes 2 minutes, done.
So that preservation of games thing, that ability to play old games, which is obviously attractive to a lot of people still.
Yeah.
Otherwise, GOG wouldn't exist.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
wouldn't be
yeah.
releasing Dino Crisis.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's the advantage is that specifically PlayStation refused to embrace.
Yeah.
That's the kind of frustration, I think.
But this is why I think all of these things are probably being forced by Microsoft hand.
Yeah.
And the underperforming sales, I guess, on the PlayStation is why they started trickling these games out more frequently to the PC, giving PC support for DualSense controllers.
Unreal.
With an app, so that you can actually like firmware update. So you don't even need a PlayStation. You could literally just buy a DualSense controller and just use it on the PC, PC games.
They even full support for DualSense Edge as well, which is kind of like...
So you could buy that controller, not even have a PS5, just use it on PC.
Just don't buy a SCUF controller, but whatever.
Yeah, but you could do that. And so they've given that support. They've releasing games more frequently, and hopefully it closes the gap. I want to see day one, PlayStation 5 and PC. Like, I want that future. AJ, I can't believe that you've just said that.
I can't believe it either. I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest.
I don't either. But maybe you guys will know if you watch the full podcast.
Wow, that's a great enticing advert, Andy.
Yes, I like
Can we
it.
do something even more natural? Like, please watch the full show because we enjoy your company.
We do.
It's clicked right there. Why do I keep saying it clicked? Can't even talk. See you there.
Bye.